Shopify dropshipping ruined my life. Let me start off by saying dropshipping is an amazing opportunity. However, what we see on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram of all these flashy gurus showing off their cars, houses, and money proves to be toxic to the average beginner. Sure, you can make money fast. Sure, you can be the person who makes over $1,000 in a day or even $10,000 in a day. But 99% of the story is not there. Some days you might profit, 50% or more. Other days you might barely profit $100. And even then you have to consider fees when to pay yourself out, cash flow, your Facebook charging thresholds, credit card limits, and the list just goes on. Let's just say I fell into $30,000 of debt about 9 months ago, and dropshipping screwed me over. Well, I screwed myself over because I wasn't careful, so don't be me. I got to a point where my ads were playing with my feelings, doing well for a month, then all of a sudden going extremely negative, then maybe every other day being positive. But this was enough for me to lose track of where I was at, along with not keeping up with the orders fast enough. One of the worst things that you guys can do in business is not keeping up with your profits, losses, and expenses. And well, in the end I paid for it. My credit dipped, I ruined my reputation with American Express, and was ready to throw in the towel and fall into a depression. The crazy part is, I paid off all of my debt literally the next month. I could have just called it quits on the last product. I had done so well only to have it completely backfire on me. But I didn't. One thing that I've learned from all my failures in business is that you learn to be better at what you're doing, whether that's running Facebook ads, an amazingly branded store, and creating killer ads. I had finally hit the goal I was digging for the past 3 years of failures and lessons. I made over $600,000 in sales with my next store over the next 6 months, and was able to pay off my debt with ease. Now, don't get this twisted. I didn't have much of that to put back in my pocket. The single best thing I can suggest for any of you guys that are watching this video who are beginners in business is to reinvest, and to not pay yourself out until you know exactly what your profits and losses are, specifically at the end of the month. If you're serious about business, dropshipping is dead. Focus on branding your product and reinvesting. When it becomes stable and consistent within 3 to 6 months, then think about taking a good chunk of your profits out. Find an accountant, somebody that knows your business as well as you, and have them organize everything. I tried to be everyone: the accountant, the business owner, the marketer, the store builder. It killed me. Focus on what you are good at and outsource what you aren't. You will thank yourself in the end. Honestly, I was the one that was good at marketing. I was good at creating a good ad. I knew exactly what made a good ad. And if you get anything out of this video, I really suggest that you guys build a brand or do dropshipping, if that's what you want to call it. It can really change your life for the good very quickly, or for the worse if you're not careful. You will have countless stores in the beginning that fail, and even when you do start to do well, you will have problems that seem to never end. Whether that's Facebook bans, credit card limits, or just not knowing what the hell you're doing like me and get into debt. But in the end, you will turn your failures into lessons. You'll get better and better until you start to see more wins than losses. As Napoleon Hill once said, every failure is a blessing in disguise, providing it teaches some needed lesson one could not have learned without it. Most so-called failures are only temporary defeats. Honestly, business is the best opportunity that I think anyone can take on. And I think that no matter what age you are, you should start now. Most people, nowadays, they do regular 9 to 5, they go to college, and that's a safe way to do it. And that's completely understandable. But some people like to take risks. Some people want to know what's on the other side, or they want to know exactly what would happen if they took this leap of faith. And dropshipping is a very good entry to this type of whole business realm. There are just so many moving parts when it comes to business that it's kind of hard to keep up with everything. And sometimes you might fall behind. If you're like me, you might go negative, and other days you might go super positive, make all your money back. Sometimes it can be a gamble, especially if you don't know what you're doing. I've learned to deal with them. I've learned a lesson out of all of them, and I've built on the things that I was bad at. And now I'm able to see, what works, what stores work, the conversion rates, like why, one store might be converting over another when they're selling the exact same product. I'm able to identify what products are going to sell well, what can be branded very well, what product stores, stuff like that. And you sort of get an eye for it once you start doing it more. But that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video, guys, just to relate to you my journey with business, and that anyone can jump into it. Anyone can get into online business or just business in general. And it's one of the biggest opportunities that anyone can take. And it's also one of the biggest risks that people can take. So keep all these things in mind. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments, make sure you leave them down below. And let me know what you guys want to see in the next video. And also subscribe. I will be coming out with content every week, so make sure you stay tuned for that. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.